Hello everybody, DarkPhoenix Ninja 92 here, and welcome back to my Let's Play Victoria 2 as Spain. Now, it has been a pretty long time since I last played this game. Real life got in the way, plus the fact that this game, I was experiencing catastrophic levels of lag with it, to the point where it was literally unplayable. And so I took a bit of a break, so that I could do things the way I wanted to, and all that. And not play a game that was horribly laggy. So, because of that, I wouldn't be surprised if no one remembers what was going on the last time we left off. First thing we got to look at is there are rebels active all across our territory. Nationalists, specifically. Quite a few of them, in quite a few different places. In addition to that, we were researching various different technologies. Specifically, we're just right now researching random texts so that we can do something with our time while we are waiting for the year to hit 1870, because then we can research machine guns to start colonizing. So that's literally all we were doing last time. And also, we were trying to industrialize, and I'm still barely preventing bankruptcy. So this game is not going too well. So we're going to unpause it now and see what happens. We discovered spanking regulations, so our tax efficiency is increasing. And there's not really much going on right now, and we've slid down further into 11th place. We started out as the second lowest ranked great power under the Ottomans. Now we're a secondary power in France's sphere of influence. This is very bad. Yada yada yada, don't care about any of that, and there's another war going on the continent. Let me actually check what that was about, because that may be interesting. This British War of Polish Liberation, the United Kingdom, Austria, Belgium, and Scandinavia are fighting Russia and France because they want to set Poland free of the evil Russians. Wonder where Prussia sits on that. They do own half of Poland, after all. Maybe they'll try and use that to conquer the rest of Poland once it's independent, so they don't have to deal with the bloody Russians. Romanticism research, so we gain prestige faster. Idealism. Next. Right now, I'm just going to continue to wait. And among the things it does do, this is decreasing our infamy, so we can actually declare war on people if it comes to that. Now, let me see. I'm going to actually lower our military spending a little bit more. See if I can't balance out the budget. because that's pretty much the only thing I can do about it right now. And this game, I think, is going to be a colossal failure. I wanted to attempt to actually rebuild the Spanish Empire in this game, but that's not going to happen, I don't think. I'm going to play until the end date, simply because I feel like I should. I started this game, and I want to finish at least one strategy game, because my last two save game problems have caused me to have to cancel them, and I want to finish Victoria 2. I'm enjoying this game even if I'm not very good at it, and I'll probably at some point play another game that I'll maybe do better at. Perhaps pick a country that's better positioned than Spain, as they're maybe not one of the best out there, and Prussia really does not like the Russian Empire. Not all that surprising, honestly. So, we will keep on waiting and see what happens. And also, let's see if I can't continue building some railroads. All over the place, in fact. And of course, I need technologies that I don't have in a lot of these places because they're extremely mountainous. And I gotta say, that's annoying. I don't think this will happen, but if France were to win this war, which is quite unlikely, I'm half hoping they would give me Gibraltar. And there's a rebellion in Great Britain, the United Kingdom, sorry. Reactionaries. And there's a lot of them. Let's see, 150... Nearly 340,000. Yeah, yeah, over 340,000 that I can see in terms of reactionaries. This will be interesting, for sure. And they're probably going to win. The rebels are going to beat the British for the French. Romanticist literature. We get shared prestige +1. And those reactionaries have enforced their demands. Political reforms selected, no voting, ruling party only, meetings not allowed, state press only, something's illegal, and only underground. The last two I'll have to actually check my political party thing to see what's actually going on. Yeah, trade unions are illegal, and political parties are only underground. The press is state press only, and public meetings aren't allowed in Britain. So they're basically turning the British Empire, which has changed its name from the United Kingdom to the British Empire. They're basically making people's lives even shittier. And there's anarcho-liberals in India. We've finished building a naval base, or Yes, a naval base. And there's a second one now. And Scandinavia has military access to the UK. I'm gonna keep calling them that, even if they're called the British Empire in game now. Simply because it's too weird for me not to. If I tried to call them anything else, that would just be too bizarre. Oh, a couple other places. The Ottoman Empire is offering us an alliance. They're not exactly weak, and I could certainly use an ally, but let me double check. They're also a secondary power. Sicily and Modena War of Honor, which France is also involved in. The Ottoman Empire wants an alliance. I need allies. I'm going to accept that. And like I said, the British Empire, things have gone super conservative. And right now there's British Canada and Russian Canada. Mexico is an empire, and the United States has their historical borders. Portugal allied France. So now I'm just waiting, and we are at 10th place. 8th in terms of prestige. Our new upper house has been assembled. And let's see, upper house rearranged. Yes, a little more reactionary, slightly less conservative, slightly more liberal, and a tiny bit less anarcho-liberal. But we're still nearly half conservative, so there's that. And the Communist Manifesto has been published. I am going to read this. Karl Marx has published the Communist Manifesto, which has led to workers in Baden, or is it Baden, I'm not sure, to found a party dedicated to advancing the agenda laid out therein. They call themselves socialists and believe in a land ruled by the workers, where the workers control the means of production. Equality, justice, solidarity, and democracy are other vital points in the socialist ideology. So yeah, communism is a thing now. Or it will be soon. One of the two. And Sokoto, or Sotoko, right there, are afraid we're going to attack them, apparently. There's a revolution in Hamburg. The Russian Empire is growing. And the British and Dutch like each other more. I'm guessing the Russians colonized some territory or something. That seems to be the most likely. And there's a socialist party in Spain now. Belgium and the British like each other. Solar eclipse. Saxony and Prussia are not getting along. So probably Germany won't be formed during this game, seeing as Saxony is one of the nations that Germany needs on their as part of their territory to form them. And Belgium is occupied by the French. this Ottoman War against the Greeks. Who are they at war with? Greece isn't protected by anyone. So yes, I will join this war. I'll say I'll join, but I'm not actually going to send soldiers. Let's be clear, I'm not sending my army so that I can help fight the Greeks. But I will give the Ottomans moral support. And watch as their army crushes the tiny Greeks. Maybe they'll actually annex Greece. That would be interesting. Idealism has been completed. And I'm going to continue to research on the military tree now. Iron steamers for my navy. As even though it's unlikely that I'll be doing any actual meaningful warfare in the future. Seeing as things are not going well for me, if you look at both my economy and my industry as well as my tiny army. Things may change, you never know. And now the British alliance is occupying the French colonies in North Africa. Another revolution. The Ionian Islands, which is some random islands off the coast of Greece, think that we're going to attack them. New patents. The price of dye has collapsed. Our research is in the papers, and that's about it. Belgium has gone bankrupt and says they owe us nothing. We're not really in a position to go after the Belgians right now, and among other things, they were fully occupied by the French. Ottomans have accepted the peace treaty and gotten the territory they were after from Greece. I imagine they'll be back for future attempts at a war with them, too. So let's see. Rush. And the British side won that war, and Poland is free. But wow, I have to say, the British are really getting their asses handed to them in this game thus far. Despite the success, this is the second war I've seen where France has managed to occupy British territory. That can't be good. That can't be something that's very good for international opinion of them. Their homeland getting occupied over and over again. And then again, maybe they like it that way. Let people think it's going to happen that way. And Belgium is no longer a great power. And that honor now belongs to the Ottoman Empire, who we are allied with. Fortunately, they don't really share a very appropriate border. I think we need an alliance with Prussia, if I can get one. They won't. I'd really hoped they would have accepted that, because I want to take away France's little colony right there. That should be mine.